Okay, so now let's go look at gamma. Gamma is what everyone's here for. It's a great little tool. Let me grab the gamma chart. Actually, instead of using the 3D gamma, which you can see is, again, gamma is maximum around spot price, and that's why the 5400 is going to be the biggest gamma spike in the structure, right? 5400 is the biggest gamma on the left. 5420 is the biggest gamma structure on the right-hand side. We go look here. 5420 is sitting right here. And there it is, minus 329 and minus 1923. And that looks to be, well, whenever I printed this, I don't know when I ran this, updated this chart, but the gamma function looks like a bell curve around this gold band. All right. So when we look at gamma, what we're looking at is what is the effect of changing spot price or effect on deltas through a change in spot price. If I hold spot price steady, so we're going to look here at this. If I hold spot price steady, there's no gamma. I mean, there's a constant value of it, but it's not changing. So there's no impact on the dealer in that case. And if there's no impact on the dealer is not compelled to change to hedge flat. So when we are looking at the netstat command and we look at the Greek gamma function, we can look at where are the key strikes. Now, what's important from the netstat perspective is that if we push up over 5420, we're going to then take these negative deltas, and this is the amount we unwind because it's a put dominated structure. Remember, above us, 5420, as we move up, we're removing puts from the complex, right? We're effectively, if you can think about it, we're forcing more puts out of the money, and all these in the money puts, if we move up, we're forcing them out of the money, right? So what this is telling us effectively is the next point of sensitivity. And what gamma does is it changes delta. It's like that matchbox that I was telling you about going down the orange track. Gamma are those two wheels that shoot you through one direction or another. And it accelerates you because it is not just the delta change of just going from strike to strike to strike, but it is also the non-linear portion. And it's what that means is it's amplified. It gets louder. And if it's a put and you're coming up through a put, and we talk about this all the time, if you come up through a put from below, you're unwinding the put. And if you unwind that put, this is telling you, by the way, 5420, if you unwind that put, you're going to shoot yourself up even faster. Okay. Now, the other part of this happens too. If we lose 5400 tomorrow, we're going to shoot ourselves down through this thing, right? Because we're adding more negative gamma. These are the deltas that we're adding as we shoot through that strike. This is a fair amount of deltas that we're going to be shoveling into the complex. That's going to trigger a dealer response. Most likely, this number, anything really over 5,000 is we tend to see a major change, and you'll see spot price drop bar over bar over bar, like on a 30-second bar or a 1-minute bar. It'll go bam, 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 bam. We believe that is a dealer signature to an adjustment downside. So when you go through these strikes, top to bottom, and they're put, this tells you the strike and it tells you the direction that you should be paying attention to. Put dominated, 5400 from the top, you're shooting out the bottom. You're going to go down to 5395 or 5390. Almost guaranteed. When you come back up through that, you're going to unwind those deltas at the gamma rate. And if you run this later in the day, you're going to see this number get bigger. And that's because the gamma function is kind of like a balloon that you're squeezing on the sides. It doesn't have all of the strikes that are way out here like it does in the morning. It's going to get narrower and narrower and narrower during the day, and it's going to get taller and taller and taller. It's going to amplify. And when that happens, so in the morning, we may meander down through 5,400 and play around down at 5,375 or whatever the numbers are. And then after the Euro close, we may start walking our way up. And if we shoot back up through 5,400, it's not going to be 8,600 deltas anymore. It's probably going to be 14,000 deltas or 20,000 deltas. And we're going to go back up through it at a much faster rate, much like that Matchbox car that I was telling you about. That, and having these things so close together, the 5,400 and the 5,420, you can see how cascading these things could start to occur for tomorrow's structure. If these are the numbers for tomorrow, we don't have the morning updates. But the takeaway for this is that it tells you in the money or out of the money puts, in the money or out of the money calls. We don't have any of that in the SPX right now. So you have to pay attention to, are you coming down through that strike or are you going up through that strike? And it tells you how intense that move is going to be. That's what Gamma does for us. Okay. And so let's see, a little over 9. So I'm going to